Uncut and unfiltered. That's the way I like it. We are ready to go. North FaZe Clan. And they started on train. As the knife round indicates, that's the game over already.
And they were critiquing the fact that the T side of FaZe Clan was quite weak when we saw them, earlier in the tournament. And we saw that when we casted that one, the Renegades versus FaZe Clan game there, where the only T side rounds they converted were off Nico getting opening kills.
Yes.
So that could be a problem.
Yes.
A big problem.
Yes, I think I completely agree. And it was an interesting note. I suggested the last time we talked about that it could be due to the fact that Nico needs to be getting the information early in order to call for others. In other words, he has to go in and go, X means Y, 1 plus, whatever. He does the math in his head. He knows the correspondence to the kill or be killed situation, whereas he's not necessarily as good at visualizing putting others in that role and basing it off information without, sight unseen, if we will.
Sure.
So I think that could be a fault of his, perhaps. I'm still very critical of him in game leading only because I know how good he was outside of that role.
That's true, and he's still been putting in absolutely banger of a form here in this tournament. Him and Guardian, from a lot of the games we've watched, have been doing very well.
The problem is that even with that success back for him individually, and that's fine, the success for the team hasn't come around with it. So that still suggests that, okay, he may be finding his footing, but he's not necessarily getting other people into the better positions. I'm sure there's a deeper study than just a hypothesis on that, but that's, I might just throw that out there.
Well, they're about to hit the inner bomb site here. We can see a drone with the smoke that's going to land over towards Connector. There's a flashbang as well. Nico has been dropped to P250, so he's going to be able to use that at range. So Cadian's going to get smoked off. He jumps up over the smoke, going to tap away. We'll grab one fading back, and now Volda on the bomb train. He's about to get wrapped on. He's picked the wrong time to look away, but they haven't cleared his position. And because of that, well, I was going to say he had the upper hand, but Rain and Nico will find kills, and that's the two inside defenders that have been taken down. The rest of the dominoes continue to fall as Olaf and Nico will mop up 2 more, and that just leaves Gade over towards Connector with a USP and armor, and not much more of a hope in this round.
His name is so close to Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage. He's got Rain's face off. Try and do a little bit more. Won't be able to get the bomb, obviously, at this point in time, but perhaps just build up some money on the USP. Olaf knows that it's a pistol round, and it's really not worth giving him a chance for that money, so he can keep his armor. It's picked apart. He's not going to get free head armor, or I shouldn't say free, discounted head armor on top of it.
Is that a Nicolas Cage movie?
Yeah, Face Off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that.
Yeah, I got it. I just wasn't sure.
I
wanted to double check.
It's an awful movie. I started watching it on a plane because I watched it as a kid. And I was never really a John Travolta fan, I'll just say it. And I was not a Nick Cage fan. And I thought, let me watch this again and see if it was all the rage. Because I remember just like people talking about it back when I was very young. And it is awful. Like really bad CGI, really poor acting, horrible storyline. It is awful.
There are a lot of films that don't age very well, especially with what we get privileged to nowadays.
I made it like 10 minutes in and I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Done?
Next movie, please.
This is going to be another inside hit while Olaf is just probing for information out towards Team Main. He hasn't actually seen too much other than the Deagle exchange from Gade from Connector. So that might be enough to send them towards the bomb side, and it will be. Guardian is going to chase with the MAC-10, jumping around the corner, seeing if he can find a kill. Cadian on 1 HP will stay on the ladder. Dangerous position to be in on that certain point of health, I would suppose. Because if he comes up at any point, like any stray bullet will take him down. That's an interesting approach from Cadian, but they're on the own USP, so there's not a whole lot to work with in this round. This is saving to buy in the third already. So conservative approach from North to touch on them. They've been 16-0'd on this map in this tournament, and then they've gone ahead and played it again. So that's good that they haven't been rattled in terms of confidence on a map that they may consider themselves strong on. And there's some weird contrast with these teams, because we will just see this eco mob towards inside, I'm sure, any moment.
MAC-10 trying to do what it can, but that range ain't going to be so good for it. 1 HP for Cadian. There he goes. He's gone. Dren's finally got him down. Volda was 10 to 16 and all of that. There was a dig back against Guardian. We can hear that from Nico's perspective. Still trying to tap with the AK. That's the Nico we know. Better one taps than Scream, because Scream's not really around to one tap anymore, is he?
He's playing in a new team with Existence and a couple of Swedes. So we'll see if they can ever get back to any type of form where we get to see them play
That's
tier 1
how far we are from 2013 and 14.
Yeah.
It used to be like France versus Sweden always. They were the top. Now it's like, guys, we're so far down at the bottom of the rung. Like, can we just join forces and maybe be tier 2?
Call a truce.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting stuck into this first gun around here, and 3 orgs going to be prioritized on the side of north. No utility will be able to be purchased. Majority of those plays, other than a flash in the hands of Cadian, no defuse kit on the board, so keep that in mind if we get to a post-plant scenario. They're going to have to be a little bit quicker in their retake. AZ with a smoke and a flash, Valda with a smoke. There's going to be 2 players towards the end. Cadian will jump low around. He's going to grab the first. Maybe a bit of confusion there, but it is a good opening, and it's a great way to start this round. They're not expecting this position here. Rain is going to get caught off, and Valda will grab the second, and he has a chance to get away. He's gone for too much there, and will get caught off, overextending.
Decent shots back from Gade, takes down Olaf. Easy tried to fire back in, but Adren gets away. He'll grab the bomb. But where to now? Because look at CT spawn. That is positioning if I've ever seen it. It's as good as it gets. Ivy's clear, A main is clear. There's no way back down the stairs. You can put 2 in the B site. 1 over toward the front side. I think actually perhaps just at the top of the ladder. Not sure if we can get a... Obviously, we're doing multiple languages, so it's not like other events where we're the priority and we get direct feed to the producer or to the observer. I can't say, hey, can we look at so-and-so? Maybe you can on
I
yours.
can do it. Who do you want
Is
to
he
look
at the top of the ladder or bottom, Kirby? I
at?
think he'd be in control room, right?
Kirby is, yeah.
He's bottom. Okay, so he's watching bottom. That's the bottom line. It's the only place that's back to the site. So the setup was great. The shots, one back from AZ. That will certainly help. Nico on 7 gone down, and AZ gets the kill. Gade got 1 kill in that round, but really allowed all of the others to happen with his positioning in CT spawn.
So they knew they had to make a heads-up play because of the lack of utility that we spoke of at the beginning of that round. So you can't just really sit back and wait to be dictated to on the CT side. You have no pieces to move around the board with, so they took the fight to them. Up close, low ramp, Cadian was the aggressor, the in-game leader of the team. Able to make some magic happen. FaZe will be able to get another gun round on the board. Olaf has a UMP. So let's see where they decide to go with this one. Nades and flashes over towards the yard. Those nades that we've spoken about all week long are coming in once again. But it does appear that inside will be the port of call once more. A smoke is actually quite deep. That's going to hold them back for a little bit extra time. So they have to wait for that to dissipate before they can go to clear out the box holes, which is impeding their movement towards the actually has allowed enough time for North to stabilize a hold towards the outer yard. Gade to get into close mid control, which is something that he has definitely been known for. And then Cadian rotate over so that they can have a 2-3 setup.
Nico all the way down. Top side of the halls, Volda below. AK-47 in hand on the CT side. It's carried over. It's the only one that got carried over last time. Always in play, perhaps. It's fine for them. Oh, good look down. Smoke out, obviously, at upper. You can just see it there when Kirby jumped up. That allows them to get in further without being spotted. They can look directly down because they don't protrude. And 2 quick kills saved, called already, it seems. Going to go back toward T-spawn with the exception of Cabby, but he's even heading that direction now with his varsity part.
Felt like they had a good setup ready for that, right? They had a lot of information. They were up close main. They were up close into Pop Dog.
As soon as they lost config, though. Or, excuse me, config. Yeah, they lost him a long time ago, actually,
yeah, that
as a
was,
matter of fact.
Yeah, maybe that is the correlation here.
Volda, that's what I'm saying. That could be the correlation. Yeah. Yeah, the setup was reasonable. I get what you're saying totally. It's just they came in so quick and concise. Isn't it you that always says the flight paths?
Yes.
They knew what they wanted to do.
They weren't circling and waiting for somewhere to land by any means. Oh, Adren is going to find Kyobi there towards the end of the round, so that's a big scalp to take. Considering if they were able to carry that gun across, they might have been able to drop one and buy, but now, unfortunately, they're left with a decision to make. The score is currently 3-1 in the favor of FaZe Clan on the T side. And here's that last kill that we just missed. Adren, pinpoint decision there, had a couple of bullets to get it done. The AK dashes in the AUG, and now it will just be some light pistols behind these 2 saved weapons from AZ and Gade. So let's see if they can get anything done. AZ boosted up and connected. That's a very good spot to be poking them down towards the bomb site.
Ring that bell again, I dare you. Oh, I dare you. Don't make me, son. All right, fine.
I wonder why he's doing that. I wonder if there's a reason. Maybe it's just a giveaway that he has a USP, try and bait people out, see if they want to, or he just likes the sound of it.
He's just bored. In-game leading at its finest. Maybe it's Morse code.
It could be.
He's counting. There's like a timing, a syncopation.
Subliminal messaging.
Yeah.
Some curious things to note with these two teams while this round gets going is that FaZe lost to Renegades and Ents, two teams who have already qualified. North lost to NRG and NIP, two teams who qualified today. North had the pleasure of knocking teams out, whereas for the side of FaZe, they haven't been able to do the same. So at least North can, if they win this one, they get to knock FaZe out, they get to go through. If they don't, they've knocked other teams out in the process, so maybe they're like taking that. But considering the way that it started on that third map with the 16-0 on Train, North have been bouncing back and they've been on the comeback. Now it's going to be flashes over towards the arm. There's only 25 seconds left on the clock. They need to speed this up. They need to track it down. Opening kill from Rain. Now going back and forth. Cadian with the USP. Find a kill of his own. The two Augs are still in play, so if they don't get the bomb down soon, this could be troublesome. Trying to boost up and over in the connector.
Easy. Good find on Warlock. Tickets. He'll get his punched. Nico. He's the usher, the chauffeur, the man at the door, whatever you want to call that person that holds the door and punches your ticket, because that's what he does. It's 4-1 for FaZe.
Yeah, the dust we're talking about AZ's improved performance in this tournament. He's been
about time.
Stepping up, that's for sure. I don't want to say Valde's been quiet, but he is. What I mean when I say this is he's been normally the only player consistently fragging for North over at least the longest time. Seems like just that rock and that star, whereas this time round, maybe other players have been stepping up, so I haven't noticed his performances as much, or he's moved off a little bit to make room for other players. But either way, North are one of these teams that feel like they're on a long grind of a project to get back to where they once were. Pushing close towards team main, Gade, he loves to go for information plays towards this position of the map. He's not going deep because the man we were just mentioning of AZ, he's going to strike and take down Olaf. Now it is a 4-on-5 situation. There's been some smokes exchanged over towards Ivy, which has pushed FaZe Clan back, and now it seems like they want to go inside again. So it feels like it's that standard fallback for them. If they can't get anything done in yard, go back and see if they can execute in, and then just use the prowess of their individuals to trade onto the bomb sites. And down the post plant. Nico's spamming through the smoke there, rattling some shots. Valde's going to go up the ladder, and Cadian is actually at high ramp as well. So this is a two-man setup. You can't see it right now on your screen, but if you look at your radar, here it is. So Cadian is baiting for Valde to swing off of that.
He is indeed inside of the smoke rather than down below where he was caught out last time. He knew how they did it, and now he has a plan to foil it, to counter it. It's working perfectly because up above, he reveals himself late. Kills 2 rounds. Double op still in play.
So it's just curious, like FaZe Clan obviously throw those opening smokes that we talk about, but they don't really seem to get their players out into positions to find a lot of opening jewels. We saw Nico against Renegades going for T-mid picks with the AWP. He was taking down Jacob or Azza, I think there was on 2 different occasions, and then they were able to get rounds from that point. There's also a round where they had a Deagle, they went low ramp, he got some kills there, and the only other round they got on their T-side against Renegades was a kill over towards Ivy from Nico as well. This time, they already have 4 rounds, so I can see them most likely getting more on the board. But it's still a very slow approach. When you have a team like FaZe Clan, you expect excitement, you expect in-your-face plays. Maybe Yanko giving them a little bit of the touch of the slow plays. See if they can get a little bit more fundamental Counter-Strike under their belt, play the percentages, take territory, work across the map in that regard. And this timeout is going to tick on down. I'm going to get back into it. Guardian has North to his name, so 2 potential AWP duels here. AZ and Cadian are on the board that he could find, or anybody else. So same old default, but this time around a bit more main presence. You can see Guardian being boosted to kill anybody. So they want to get on top of the 6 train. The nades are going to push him and Adren out of that totem pole stack. And now Gage close mid. Here we go. He gets flashed in. They must be expecting this one because they are using their utility to hold him at bay. But if Guardian slips through this smoke, he'll be ready for another nade on him. This just feels like a matter of time until Gade wins this fight.
You say that. You really do. But Guardian has an option, so it doesn't really... Okay, fine. Oh, yes, you do win, Gade. And Dren down as well. I thought, you never know. Guardian, if he looks the wrong way, if he doesn't even consider it, Op comes back. We've seen stranger things. I actually haven't. Probably should watch the series. Everyone talks about it.
I've watched both seasons.
Yeah, good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. Cade still watches. Walkses with a foxes?
Be good if we could just make up our own language.
Just like Dr. Zeus, that's all I was going with there.
Maybe if we slowly add like a couple of words in every single time that we do a death segment or cast, the viewers watching us.
They'll pick them up?
Yeah.
We've Bartmans, but I can't think of anyone specifically. There was a few words early on that I used to just use that were totally contextual and they like, made perfect sense, but they were not in the dictionary. That's possible.
Yeah.
Complete jargon, that's another thing. Kjærby, he's going to wait it out. He's got the AUG. He's got Olaf. He's got Nico. See if he goes well against both. That's a decent wide peek. And the reason that it's good to go that far wide is because he knows then he gives Nico space. He walks out, he's not directly in front of him, takes the aim far away from him. There's an immediate trade peek no matter what, and he did it on his own, so it works out efficiently. The problem is that his teammates haven't range all that's left. Cadian, time was the enemy there anyway. There was no way the plant was coming down, so he at least dies and gets the money. And Cadian's the one with the kill. These elongated angles, stretched out perspectives, they're tripping me.
It was very important, though, for Rain to make sure that, well, he didn't get a chance to make sure they killed him before the time actually expired right there. And I guess North were thinking the same thing. If we can kill him, then he can't take the AWPs away from us. Him actually dying there before the time expired means that he will get the loss bonus on the board, so that is an important factor, as FaZe Clan will be taking a save round. Rain will be the only player alongside Olaf Meister to upgrade into the P250s, while the rest of them will just have blocks. Now this gives North an opportunity to have a relatively clean round, start to build a bank, and business as usual. North are set up with a two-pronged inside hold, but this time Gade is there instead, and a one-way smoke from Boulder. He's going to get the opportunity here. You don't see this all the time anymore. Feels like it's been figured out, or at least most teams know what to expect at this point. On the eco, maybe FaZe being a little bit more lackadaisical in their approach. Guardian will go down, and now it is a 4-on-5 with nothing to work with. I want to see FaZe come out in the next gun rounds showing a bit of initiative in their approach, doing something a little bit quicker. Yeah, maybe an execute coming off the board, something to set Guardian up to go for a pick. I don't want to see them, you know, the boost is cool in Connector, like in Team Main. I get it, that's fine. They do the run boost over towards Ivy. That's another move they allow him to get kills. But something where other players on the map are doing things other than just waiting for him to get an opening kill. And Gade will finish off the last for the round. So now we're tied up at 4-4.
What's the word? It's not apex, but when sort of 2 points on a graph cross over each other. Like one, let's say one starts above and one starts below, and then the lines cross.
I know what you're talking about.
There's a specific word for that. I feel like that's kind of where we are right now, maybe with FaZe kind of struggling lately, not necessarily getting the results they deserve. North obviously didn't even make it through the minor, which was a huge blow for them. But then we saw them in London at the GG Bet Ice Challenge, and looked better. They looked okay. They looked at least like they had a plan. And I feel like we're kind of getting to maybe that point with these two teams. If FaZe doesn't start to pick up their shot soon, North certainly on the way up.
Look at this. Actually, Valdez passed Rain here. Nico has no idea. He's going to be very upset that this one even happened. Oh, boy.
3 times they've gotten map control in situations like that. I suppose twice, because the time Valda played in the smoke, it wasn't so much, but Gade going to CT spawn on the 3rd round. I mean, this is FaZe leaving a lot of holes.
Yeah, and Rain's having to clear everywhere to make sure that Volda hasn't snuck on through, so he gets a free kill, because Volda was definitely not expecting the fact that he could get through that position, kill Nico, sorry, for absolute free, with Rain being stuck in that smoke. So now it's evened up, and the confusion and the rotations had to come on in. Cadian's gone over towards that bomb site, and now we're watching Gade over towards the E-box here, who might have to deal with Rain in a moment. Jump spotting above the top dog itself to see if anybody's inside. It's just a very slow approach from FaZe. They don't want to get pushed across the map, and it already has happened. Now with 40 seconds left, the in-game leader of Nico being dead, somebody is going to have to work out the mid-round calling here. Maybe it makes it easier for Nico to do this, that he can micromanage by watching everyone's POVs. Maybe he just lets them play. But either way, Rain selling a fake towards inside is not doing a lot, because Cadian's playing retake. And will still be this outside here with 20 seconds left.
Can't hit the shots. That's going to give them an entrance. 20 seconds left. You hit anything. You cause chaos. You cause a problem. He has now. Bomb goes down with 13 to play, and the rest are cleaned up by Kjærby. 5-4. North back in the lead. Back in the lead. I shouldn't say that. They are in the lead. They've come back from an early deficit and done so convincingly. Cadian wielding the second op to go with AZ. It's not Mertz of Days Gone By. It's not Cajun B of Days Gone By. It's not MSL of Days Gone By. It's a whole different look in every way. Cajun B, by the way, shout out to him joining up Cloud9. I still maintain, I like a lot of the people in this industry and a lot of the teams, friendly with most of them at the events. I think it's great. Oh my goodness, Cadian, there's why he's on the second op. We are against the Nico. I didn't expect much exciting, but Cajun B is one of my absolute favorites. He's one of the nicest, classiest guys you'll meet in the scene, in my opinion. So best of luck to him and Cloud9.
It's just going to be an inside hit again with pistols. We've seen them have success in it before, but Nico, that entry fragger, has gone down early. Taken out of the rounds. His counterpart in-game leader on the other side. Now the smoke's going to come on over. Now to hope they can get something done. It will be a retake scenario here, so the bomb should get planted, but Volder pushing up through oil. Maybe he doesn't want to allow that. That Molotov as well is going to make things very difficult, but coming up on the train, they will get planted, so mission success as far as that's concerned.
Olaf doing everything he can with the smokes down. Fading. He's not. Now he is. He's not fading. He's just completely extinguished as AZ hits him with the op. They're already on the defuse. 6 now for North.
Good amount of damage, yeah.
I think it's 5 in a row. Yeah, it's 5 in a row because they had one. It was 2-1. So either way, it's max loss bonus, but that's impressive for North to get that many and really shift things away from FaZe. They do get a bomb plant as well, so they'll get a total of, quick maths, 4,200.
The very important thing right now for FaZe to do is have close rounds, right? Get onto the bomb sites, make sure you're killing at least 3 players every round, get that bomb down. You're going to keep being able to buy because the max loss bonus is going to stay there. And when you eventually break North, whether it's in 2 rounds time, whether it's in 3 rounds time, obviously too many rounds down the track and it's going to be a little bit too late. But at that point, their loss bonus is going to be the 1,400 and they're going to get blown out of the rest of this game just by the nature of train. So, let's see if anything changes for FaZe Clan here. This time, instead of doing the 3-1-1 or the 2-1-2, they're actually doing a 3 over towards Ivy, 1 towards main, and Rain over towards inside. So they want to put a lot of their approach towards that side of the map. The smoke is going to completely take away the opportunity of the run boost that we've been talking about. Gade loves going aggressive in the main. Something's going to be punished. He's going to get away with his life, so very lucky to be there on 7 HP. And they want to do Bogdan's Law,
which is
giving the AWP to the low HP player, which doesn't actually work in all circumstances, but in a lot of, we are seeing it happen. Just because you know you can hit one shot, you can play more of a passive line.
AZ will be with the AUG in hand at the bottom side of the Pop Dog. Pop Diggity Dog. Away. He's got one off of it, but the totem drop works. The flash certainly made that problematic. If he was aiming at the wall the whole time and they both dropped, I suggest he gets both, because you knock the guy down to the bottom, the top guy's aim goes with it usually. Rain. Way out. Smoke down already on top of bomb train. Cadian's got a walk back, and Kiabi pushes up. So North take the round. They couldn't get out from A main even. Bomb never got near enough to the site to be a problem at that point. North again, 6 in a row. FaZe is going to call a timeout. I think it's the right time to do so. See what YNK can say.
Nico does have 7 kills to his name here, but he seems to be dying first a lot. Now, not necessarily the fault of his own.
But that's... I just want to say, because you said they only win rounds that he gets the opening pick. Well, he's trying to, but he's failing.
Well, in that situation, when you're the bottom man in that totem pole, I'm not necessarily sure, you know, how that one's meant to play on out. It's a bit more difficult. I think you're expecting to trade 1-for-1 in that position. He also had the round where Rain was in the smoke and Valdez pushed through and killed him. I wasn't expecting it. So it's not in the same way that they were doing against Renegades, where he was actually going aggressively main to find the opening jewels. It's a little bit different so far, but maybe him going down early still, regardless, is a little bit of an issue here, because this is such a slow play from FaZe. We're talking about, you know, an all-star roster that can get it done, the Rumble and the Jungle style of Counter-Strike, and they're not even being able to get close to the jungle. They're still stuck in the city, but this time around, maybe it will be that change. We see the smokes go over early, a couple of flashes as well, and now Nico wants to get on out, and this time he will be able to do so. So the opening here could be huge.
Could be. Nico can shut it all down. already gone rounds. This is the kills he wants. He wants to be the entry fragger. He hasn't found them, though. AZ and Gate kills back in return. It's not even like he didn't give himself a chance. He just didn't hit the shots in time. And Volda gets Guardian. He goes long gone at this point. It's on to Adrenaline 1-on-5. He hasn't even worked in from Ivy at this point in time.
Felt like they saw that one coming.
You asked if he was inspired by myself. Stunner.
Yeah.
He's inspired by Launders.
Ah. That does make sense. Makes more sense. All right, so North are just doing a very good job here of putting up a wall. It doesn't even really feel like they're being pushed or tested too far across the map. You think about the rounds that they've lost. They did lose pistol. They took a full save. They lost that. Okay, well, that's 2 out of 4 rounds gone. From that point onwards, there was an inside execute that went in the favor of FaZe Clan. Another eco to come out from North. Well, they actually saved weapons across, and there's only 2 of them, so they're unable to convert there. But it's been one-way traffic ever since. You look at this, it's been 7 rounds on the trot. And they're changing it up here. They're going for a 3-man inside play. Rain's not expecting that. Volda and Cadian will combine. And there's no reaction across the map from FaZe right now. Nobody moves. Everybody stays completely still.
Guardian. Wants to work out. Volta's in great position because he's already snuck. Oh, wow,
my
they're going to walk
God.
by each other. That's gun model.
Again.
That's gun model. They just don't see each other.
This is twice.
At least from Volta, but you're right. It still favors him. Because the Dren goes down. That's bomb as well. Guardian now realizes, how the hell did that happen? Look at his face. He looks genuinely confused.
I would be too.
And he's looked away when he comes back. Thankfully, Volta's also unaware. That works both ways. It really does, I know. Bomb down, but they'll gather it up. Guardian goes forward with the AK now in hand to try and hold the site for his teammates. Oh. And Gates giving him a chance to do so. Back to a 3-on-3. I thought he was going to line that one up as well. But AZ hits the shot instead. Go! AZ's got all off.
The awareness.
The longer his hair gets, the better he plays. He cut it after Cluj, and he was never the same. Keep it growing, my man.
Oh, just shutting that down. Any hope. I think Olaf thought he was onto something there. He's like, yep, okay, well, I've got the play. I know what we're going to do here, but blown out of the server. Easy saves their hide after a very confusing round once again. You look at that play inside. Okay, so Volda did the one earlier where he pushed through the smoke. That's like, yeah, cool. This one, you're exactly right. It was the model of the gun barrel that has overlapped with the perfect timing of them swinging past each other. Must be so frustrating for the FaZe players. Obviously, it's frustrating for Volda too after he goes down, but you think about what he's achieved. It's a bigger opening kill. They have to spend time to find him and kill him. And they've already been able to rotate off of his call. So, a couple of, yeah, see, they've got no idea that happened.
The gun model itself is an interesting one for me.
What do you think? We don't have any gun models?
No, you definitely need them. I think a lot of people use them, whether you're entirely aware of it or not, as a visual cue for aim.
Sure.
There is a longer line coming out of a specific point in your monitor that you reference things in distance and sort of modeling with. Gives you better perspective. I came from a game, COD, where you iron-sighted.
Sure.
You could iron sight, it would take up half your screen at times, depending on which way you were swinging. So I understand that it takes up a lot. I always thought in CS, though, if you could use the console commands and offset it and make it small enough, you could get used to that again. Like right now, right? It comes kind of out of the corner. It's easy to get a linear perspective from that. You can put it bang in the middle of your screen as well, or you can put it smaller and still get used to it. And I think people might want to train themselves for that.
What we just saw happen before is such a...
It's pretty situational.
It's very unusual
It's
to
pretty
see that
situational,
happen.
but I'm just saying if the... Prepare for every eventuality, right? Like, it's something, it's such a small nuance, but if you can prevent it, why wouldn't you, is my point.
Yeah, I get that. And look, there was a good opening here for FaZe round. They had an opening kill, but immediately traded back towards that inner bomb site. Nico goes down, standing in the Molotov. He thought he'd done everything right. He threw one just to force that AWP player back from that position, and instead of running away, standing in the flames, and gets the kill, is Cadian. So, getting the better of the in-game leader battle, at least in the fragging department in the server thus far, but it is a 4v4, and this is one of the better chances we've seen with FaZe up until this point. So using that smoke right there was a Dren, being able to see over towards that E-box position. Now flashes and nades going back. We're down to 30 seconds, and we've seen them come out this late before, Matt, and it's definitely not gone in their favor.
So AZ will sit again once more. This was a 4-1 game. It's now looking potentially, well, better now. I was going to say to 10-4. favor of North. Rain's already inside B, though. He'll climb the ladder. He's got a line toward Gate, but Gate, someone gets the shot off. First, Cadians followed up. Down. They know it was a wrap toward the back tracks because they're out of time, and Olaf was heading that direction. They might get him after the time, and they will. Bye-bye, Olaf. Bye-bye, money.
So last time we got the privilege of casting a FaZe game on Train, I was talking about the fact that Nico and Guardian are the two highest rated players for this squad.
And they showed it.
Yeah. This time around on the T side, Guardian's not being able to get too much done. He's only down there on 3 kills. A little bit problematic, but it's their CT side is where it was impressive, right? It was multi-kills across the board, and Nico and Guardian, they were doing a lot of work in that regard, but everybody was contributing when they had to. You know, there was rounds everywhere that, you know, Rain, Olaf, and Adren were all trying to find effective kills. So maybe when we flick over towards the CT side, they can do similar scenes to the Renegades as Gade once again. Up close and personal, he'll take down Olaf towards his team. There's certain jewels here. I would love to have a look. If you know, you spread these guys out, you put them on their defaults, you just did little icons on the map of where they played, the CTs on where they hold, and then you look at that lovely graph that HLTV.org has, that chart that shows, you know, the heads-up jewels, who played who and who beat who. It looks like North are just going into the position where they know, there it is, Nico again onto, like, Cadian again gets taken down. Sorry, Nico again gets taken down by Cadian, is where I was going with that one. But the point is that these individual jewels, it just feels like North know exactly the way that they're defaulting, the positions that they play, and they're picking them off every single time. Easy on the back of the 5 train. We'll grab a kill over towards main. He'll pull the player out of pop, but Rain will still get the better of Gade. Going up and over. Wants to try a no-scope on the ladder. Audacious indeed.
Bounce nade. It was the right idea, but unfortunately it doesn't bounce quite like a racquetball, so it's a little flat on the ricochet and doesn't go far enough. Speaking of ricochet, you'll get ricochet 3 soon. You heard it here first. It'll be the first 3 in Valve's franchise. 11-4 at half. That's remarkable. Again, it was a 1-4 game. They went 10 straight on the North side. They look very comfortable. And their hoodies look significantly whiter than a white hoodie does in my hands. I've had one for 1 week. I've washed it 5 times and worn it once. Yeah, figure that out. Stains.
He did have a bit of a blunder with that.
I forgot there was a pen in my pocket. All right.
All right, so FaZe Clan need to get things going right here because this is the last game of the group stage, the Swiss, the best of 3s the whole way through. We've seen such a huge amount of maps played from every team. Best of 3s in 5 separate rounds. So many games played. But we're getting down to the crunch end of the tournament here. Today we've had NIP. They were able to qualify over Spirit. That went 3 maps. NRG just dispatched of Big. The first map was close of Mirage. The second one was a blowout on Cache. And now you're here with us. Time is ticking down. We're about to get underway once more. Contrasting journeys to this point. FaZe went up 2-0 straight away. North have had to climb back from the 0-2 position. Now we meet in the 2-2. The buyers coming in. Adren with a smoke and a defuse kit. Gade looks like he'll be the player buying the utility over there for North. Actually dropped on over a P250. And he has 1 flash. I feel like he may have dropped 2 P250s and the other one hasn't been picked up. Or am I missing something here? No, they did. They found the other one. Never mind. I'm slightly blind.
Vald and AZ have it.
I need to get glasses.
Here, I got some right here.
I think what they might do, Matt, this is a pretty old school approach to it. You'd buy USPs in 1.6, and what would happen is you'd flash, and then you'd have 2 of the players with USPs jump on the low ramp, and they just sit and take the jewels towards connector. So they might do that here. Is that's what it appears they're setting up with Valda and AZ, the 2 in the front, and the flash is going to come over from Gate any minute. They're about to team down low ramp, but there's already 3 players inside. Here they come. Flash comes over. Adren is completely blind on up, and now the P250s get a chance, but they're pushing in. They're not taking the jewels. They actually want to get up close and personal. And Guardian from the back of the bomb train, he'll find 2. Rain pushing around from his forward position, gets Gade, and now it is just those P250s in question. Volda strikes back with 1 and dancing around the bomb train. Back and forth they go. Rain with another big kill. It's stifled. It's a 1-on-3. AZ has to go huge here, and it's not going to happen. The kill will come in from Adren, and the defuse from the Norwegian.
From Mr. Rain. So it's going to now be 5 rounds for FaZe. They won the first pistol. They'll win the second. They've won both pistols. They're down 11-5. I say no more. There's not much more that needs to be said.
So North here will actually go for the force buy into this one. They're dropping around weapons. AZ's going to be able to get an AK in his hands. Cadian's picked up a scout for himself. And then they've got some deagles. One for Gabe, one for Kirby. And Valde's been able to pick up a second AK. So they've used their economy wisely here and given themselves a very dangerous buy. 3 players are heading over towards Ivy. We can see that on our X-ray right now. Guardian is on the bomb train. And the scout's being called on out here from Olof. So they're going to know that it is the force buy situation. But will they be aware that there are 2 AKs? One of which is isolated by AZ covering the inside and Pop Dog push at the moment. Kirby's just caretaker of Team Main to make sure nobody pushes that area of the map. And Adren and Nico are over towards inside. So they do have 2 players there for the moment. And I would assume that North are going to look for picks wherever they can. Now, normally on the CT side of Train, you're going to sit back. We do see gun rounds. You push on up, you go into a team main, you go into Pop Dog. But as an anti-eco, you want to sit back because you're assuming that they have those lower weapons. Well, they started quite far back, but now they've pushed forward. We can see Rain getting close towards the Pop Dog position. Nico's on the back of 5 Train, with Guardian there as well, and Olof having to swing between team main and Ivy. Flash of the Ned's going to come over. It's going to be an outside hit through middle.
Smoke down on top of Rain, so he's forced to stay inside the Pop Dog. That means he's forced to look away from where they want to attack. Nico wants to shut them down and will for 2. That's all. Price is right for Guardian to buy back in, though. He's got Valda out of the equation. Olaf gets the next. There's one alive. That one alive. Trying to do all the work. Bomb down. 30 seconds. All over. Dren closes out the round with the MP9.
So after they found out that the scout was on the board and they saw that there was no information needed to be gathered towards the box holes, because Nico and Adren are actually close high ramp, close low ramp. I don't know how much information they actually gathered from that position, but they could rotate back out. I would assume that Olaf telling them there was a scout on the board led them to play a little bit closer, led them to get up closer personal, knowing a force buy was coming in, and that's actually a huge round to win in that fashion. Because they've been able to pick up one of those AKs. They've now got 4 round 4s on the board as well. Their buy is very, very strong versus North's, which they've had to take an eco here. So they're going to go fast towards, I wasn't say in a bomb site, but they just drop down with the Zeus. He's going to see if anybody wants to push in here. Very cheeky of AZ. So Adren jiggle peeking on the low ramp with the Molotov. He's going to make the call, and then Guardian on top of the Pop Dog train might be able to throw a grenade through to stifle an inside hit. He does have an HG to work with if that is his plan. But they've moved positions again. He's gone back a bomb train where he found success on pistol. But North have also dropped back. So they're really just content with wasting the utility across the map here, making sure that FaZe Clan can't be too comfortable in assuming that it's just going to be an eco mow down and get lucky.
Everyone loves a little bit of luck. Ooh, that was sassy. I didn't know you could spin the deagle on the top every now and then. It's one of those like RNG things.
Well, yeah.
Because like it's the same as balancing that knife with your thumb.
That's when everyone thinks they get the deagle power. So when they get that going, they keep it going for as long as possible and then try and find a kill.
Power.
And then you get a radical clip out of it. But or you just
Speaking
get
of, yeah, exactly right. It'd be cool if you got crazy headshots out of it. Speaking of like charging up and all that, you and I went to a ramen store today.
Yeah, we did.
Naruto-themed
ramen store.
Naruto-themed ramen store. I've never even heard of the show. Apparently, my friend had watched all 250 episodes last week. And it only opened a month ago. And it's the only one in the world, and we just happened to stumble upon it. It's not bad.
Yeah, it was a massive queue. That's what actually drew us there. But it is going to be the inside hit. They've gone inside. They've gone back towards Ivy and Main, and now they've gone back inside again. And they should get the bomb plant here. Cadian's going to line that one up, punch the digits in, and he's going to get that extra bit of cash money on the board for his team. But that is all they will probably get in this scenario as the M4s are slowly collapsing in on their position. Nico with another one. Guardian will finish things off, and he will defuse the bomb. So round number 18 will go in favor of the FaZe Clan. Scoreline 11-6, well 11-7 now in favor of North on their map choice. Map number 2 will be Dust 2, and it's FaZe's pick. Map that they've been playing a lot in this tournament, I believe. All right, well let's see how this one simmers down. AZ's bought the SG. Cadian on that primary AWP role. The in-game leader AWP position is his mantle. He was doing that for Rogue when he was there too. Obviously the Danes, they love a chance to leave Rogue and go back to a Danish team when they can. MSL and Nikov just done the same in recent times. I don't blame them.
No, I don't. I can understand that entirely. And I think that there's a lot going on in the Danish scene to be proud of. There was a time when Heroic, North, and Astralis were all battling for #1 in the region. Heroic was that close at the time. Now it's very clear-cut who's stepped ahead, and I think it was only going to be a matter of time with the talent that Astralis has. Easy with a Krieg. Run boost for Cadian, and it's the run boost not to get across, but to drop out with the element of surprise with speed and grace. Kane was ready, got away from it, but went back in to throw out a counter bit of utility. I'm not sure what he was grabbing, whether it was a flash or a Molotov. I assume the latter, and that's exactly when AZ came down. Bit unlucky there for him.
50 seconds left on the clock, and what we did actually see come out from FaZe Clan against Renegades was a couple of gamble stacks. Now, they could have been based off information, they could have been off knowledge of the defaults, but either way, they put their numbers in the right positions. They're playing a 2-2 setup again here, and that is the right call because we can see Bomb and Ko making their way towards the bomb. So they're going to throw the smoke. It's going to land deep towards Connector. And it will actually be the inside hit. It still has a chance to be a fake. Maybe that will be the play because Kirby with the bomb, he doesn't know what he wants to do right here. The rotation actually hasn't been pulled that far. 15 seconds has to be inside now.
Tries to do it again. Had a lineup, but Cadian already had the angle. There was no adjustment. He was in one. And as sitting as mounted as he was, easy to fire the op. Cade's going to push up, but I don't think he's aware. Yeah, he's not aware of all the ops there. Quick headshots. Made sure he had it perfectly lined up before he pulled the trigger. And now it is he and Nico. Nico's not even, they're not going for this. They're out of there.
Yeah, Nico was checking to make sure nobody's flanking through Ivy. And the reason for that is
they want to save.
Yeah, I guess, but their money's okay. I feel that
they had
kits.
This
round, it's long gone, maybe. No utility to work with. They're so far away from the bomb site, like you mentioned.
It's the utility part that maybe could have... I mean, Olaf had a flash. He got a quick kill. Maybe he could have thrown the flash to see if he gets another. And then he just kind of has to slide. That's a pretty weird... Like, that's an early save call. And remember, Nico's the in-game leader. He's the one that's not on the site. I wonder who made that call.
Just got the better of him. Better up right there by Volta, jumping on up and over. So Nico's just had his head slammed out of the server. So what was looking like a potential save with exit kills to do damage to the North economy did not pan out that way at all. But as we mentioned, they did have enough money in the bank regardless of going for that or not. Dropping guns around. There'll be no SG/Krieg in play for AZ this time. 4 AKs, the AWP once again. On the other side of things, 3 M4s. All the unsilenced version, AWP Guardian. And then Org for Olive. It's going to be a quick inside play, so Adren's got a lot of pressure applied to him. He's going to drop that smoke, but they're actually going to be coming out higher. He's climbed up, he's going to spam down the cliff, and that's going to give his position away. But he'll get traded. He's done fantastically well to get one, but Gade with 2.
That second shot, we joined in after the first one. It was through the wall. I presume he clips the edge, but stellar stuff. Carries quality up forward. Does get taken down by Olaf. Same position last time. This time they've got the man advantage. Surely they go for it, but this time there is a flank. So Volta can actually get behind. He's done it. He's gotten Guardian down. Doesn't even need to commit to it. That alone will keep them preoccupied. Cadian's got position to know that they're going to cross. Rain has to consider this. They got to go out. They've got to save. They're gone. Olaf so low on HP, so another round to North.
What a great pace change there from North. It worked fantastically. What? What?
All right.
Why?
Don't know.
What?
Little nervous.
Just keeping his buddy in check, maybe? If Rain didn't have head armor there, he might have actually had his noggin blown off. What? I'm perplexed by that situation. Anyway, doesn't change the outcome of the round at all. I wonder if we get that as a replay. Oh no, we just get to look on into a bearded man. Here we go. So that was Gade with the first one through the spools. And then the second one tap there onto Nico, giving him a taste of his own medicine. Will just be a little bit of a light investment behind these 2 saved guns. Guardian will get given back to AWP from Rain. One's going to keep that Org where he found 2, and it would just be the fast inside play again. So we're on board with this absolute slaughter from North, who want to continue this push, this faster play, this aggression, and Adren will have a pressure applied again. So down in a very
oh no!
Land the Zeus kill.
He tried.
He did try, but they have to save immediately once more.
Bomb has been planted.
Isn't that a frustrating feeling?
I think if this is, if I'm FaZe, you throw this one in the dishwasher and hope it comes out clean in the next map, because it's not looking ideal.
I never had a dishwasher at home. because my dad...
I'd make a joke, but it's 2019.
My dad...
Did it all?
No, my dad's a plumber, so back then, when I was a kid, dishwashers were seen as very inefficient and wasting water. So he was all about that, being water-wise life. But it's fine.
I can understand it.
The new place I live has a dishwasher. That's just one plate every day of the week just to waste all that water that I did years ago. So, no, I'm kidding everybody. I'm only joking. All right, we've got the head-to-head right here between the frag leaders on either team. Adren and Rain both actually have 13 kills, but AZ is leading the way on 19. The next closest on his team for 18, and that's Valde. So tactical timeout will be taken from the side of FaZe Clan to talk through their last-ditch attempt at holding this. Olaf has picked up a secondary AWP this time round. It will not be that of Nico, who's been dropped across one of those saved weapons in the form of an AK-47. But this is basically it. FaZe Clan have to start stringing rounds together from this point onwards.
Oh, absolutely.
We spoke about their ability to multi-frag on their CT side. We're not seeing that here because they're being overwhelmed. They're being just destroyed early, and because they're not getting those multi-kills, it's very difficult for the players to justify going into a retake. When you're down in a number disadvantage, especially retaking that inner bomb site, it's not easy. No one would ever think it's easy.
This is a 2-2 match. This is urgency. This is playoffs on the line, and I don't see that urgency from FaZe. I see great composure on the side of North, even regulating their body temperature and taking off the hoodies as this gets into the latter stages. It's all fine, all well and good. Guardian. Find an angle. Very well known for firing out of the Z connector with the AWP. It's Nico instead, though, that's going to do the work by sliding up. He'll catch off Gate. Nico's going to smoke off over on the left. Kjærby sliding in from A main. Left side being Pop Dog, still being covered, but Kjærby can do the work. If he can find the ground, certainly with a smoke down on Sandwich, if he can evade Guardian, he pulls the attention of Rain, and they've got access to the site on that alone.
And they can still drop back and go anywhere they want. There's a minute left on the clock. They were very proactive early, even though Nico found that opening kill. And they even got the second on the board. This is still very dangerous for FaZe, just purely because it seems like they've been strung out and losing the majority of the duels here. So regrouping and playing as a team is what North want to go with, and all three members are going to go through Ivy. This is unorthodox. You don't normally do this in the 3v3. You normally hedge your bets towards the inner bomb site, but maybe because they've been going so much, never mind. Guardian, he's going to land a big one. Might be able to find a second. Has an inkling. Kjærby is over behind that server. Flash will come in, but it actually blinds up his teammates. So Molotov. Is that going to be used to allow Kjærby to escape? Molotov even tagged him, so Guardian knows, and a little bit of a mess over towards that area of train. And Guardian's going to push because at this point he's assuming the save. Might be able to grab them straggling. 10 seconds left.
Yeah, there is. Exactly. That's a Kjærby, and AZ will hold up and save at this point in time. Money enough for AZ even if he went down. Wouldn't get the bonus, but he could buy again in the next. Kjærby not so much, but he'd be able to get dropped. They've got plenty of it. They're going to hold on to it because 14 would like to be 15, 15 would like to be 16. We always want to be one better than we are.
Until you get to 30, and then you want to be 29,
Nothing
28,
matters.
27.
Nothing. No more birthdays. I guess next year kind of matters because it's my champagne birthday, like 31 on the 31st.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was a thing.
What? Who's alive in each?
No. Champagne birthday.
Oh, sorry. I thought you the way you looked at the screen.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, apparently it's a thing in, like, I don't know, champagne birthday, 31 on the 31st.
Just quickly here, a pace change right now from the side of FaZe Clan. Maybe expecting another in-execute, what was working for North before has been the right call because the majority of their forces are heading over here. Rain can actually swing when Adren gets contact from low ramp here, so this setup could absolutely destroy North.
Rain, good timing, but not the greatest of aim. Gade's got the kill in return, and Adren's got to scurry back. If he went down as well, the site becomes completely available, so smartly he gets away.
With that setup, I thought they were going to get so much more done. I don't want Triggered Guardian to fall back. Maybe they're expecting it to be the rush that we saw earlier in the piece, but regardless, he was still close enough to stay to make sure that Adren didn't get overwhelmed, and now we have a setup that we saw before.
Yeah, because Gade's close, but it's before, but it's got to work this time. Guardian hits the shot or not, has to be a response, and they're going to go on it. He knows the smokes are being thrown at Adren, so he wants to catch the retreat. Oh, no. He's got one, he's okay. He's recovered his position, but now gone down. Guardian at least gets Gary on the lower ramp. They'll rotate back in. They've got the man advantage on the FaZe side, but they don't have a forward stance toward the bomb and its position. They'll try and get now by way of going up the tanker hall, the most concealed. And the conceal will work to get past Volda. Once again, he's not able to spot the player to his right. Oh, shot though, brilliant. Guardian, how does Nico not turn fast enough? He's got now the advantage to North, 21 seconds. Bomb still down by the train, but he can go back toward it. Olaf needs to be aware of that and play that on its own. It was last spotted by Nico, who was on the half wall. If he called it was down, Olaf might have had position, but Volda's baited him out 8 seconds. He's got to get on the plant. He's got to back off to default, put some distance between he and Olaf, who gets shut down by Gade trying to deny the plant.
Oh, if he had snuck past that position, if he was able to blitz through and Gade didn't land the shot, he 100% kills Volda there. He's going for the plant. He's committed at that point. If he does that, that's the round done. Wow. Volda, he did fantastically to take down Guardian, but then to swing and have the awareness that maybe Nico's pushed into that position, that was the real kill that sealed them the round right there. Some shaky aim on the side of FaZe in the early stages. This round number 24, we're about to get underway with. Going to be 3 players over towards Ivy early, picking out quickly as Katie, and then the players are just going to push forward. It's like they're a contact play. They're not going to use utility. Olaf will stop them. The smoke will go down, and Volda will think better of continuing forward. So maybe FaZe have a chance to breathe here. They really need to start putting some rounds on the board just to get themselves warmed on in for the series. It is the 2-2. It is loser goes home. The playoffs take place on Friday. 7 teams waiting for them.
What day of the month is your birthday on?
The 24th.
Okay, that's fair. I thought maybe you're like in the single digits. I was gonna say that would make sense. You wouldn't have heard of a champagne birthday.
Yeah.
If you had at that age, I might be a little concerned about your parents.
Australia, we did love a good old drink, but it's the inside execute.
You can swing it out. Got one. Guardian got him in return. Guardian firing through the smoke, desperate to find another. There's no one available to him, but there is to Nico. It's just AZ left, and they've surrounded. That's a defuse. Still, though, they're playing for overtime. 15-9 now going to be our score.
The problem is right now for FaZe Clan, obviously they're getting back into this, right? They just put this round on the board. It was quite clean. They only had 1 player go down. There's no dramas there in the context of this 1 round. But the issue is they've been dictated to by the inside play. So they have to lean a player early over to help Adren, because that can come in at any moment. Right now, North, they don't have enough for a proper buy. They definitely have enough for a buy. They could just do what they did earlier with the really fast inside play, team out high ramp and take advantage of the solo inside player. Even if FaZe Clan want to go for the stack, we've seen them get blitzed when they had 2 players towards that side of the side. Or, I was going to say go for a fast yard play. You know, just some set smokes and just go, assuming that FaZe Clan are going to do a stack towards the inner bomb site because they know it's been a weakness thus far. But it will just be pistols. They will play conservative. They realize they only need 1 more round. They don't want to throw away too many chances. So a conservative approach will still end in the inside play.
And the jump around the corner, but no commitment as of yet. Fast play to B always yields fast plants, or that's the plan. Smoke down Guardian is fine with it. It was thrown out by his teammate, so he'll reposition accordingly. Kills. Bomb plant comes in. Again, that was the goal. Lots of money they'll add to it by doing so. Might even add Guardian's name to the death list. Continue on. Firing so many bullets in his direction, but his teammates won't allow that. How dare you pick on Guardian?
So now as we move into every single round being backs against the wall, literally for FaZe Clan. They lose, that's map 1 over, they move over to their choice of Dust 2. You're going to see everybody buying into everything. Everyone should have the fuse kits, all the utilities should come out, guns should be getting dropped across. There's no planning for the next, there's just making sure you get through the current. The AWP in the hands of Cadian maybe makes me think they might slow down the pace. We did have the round before where they tried to bust out a team A and Cadian got picked off by the AK, and then some kills followed. Guardian finished them off towards Ivy, and then they saved a couple of AKs. They always have that as a last-ditch attempt, but if you leave it too long, if you leave it until the very dying stages, the last 2, the last 3 rounds of the game, at that point FaZe Clan are starting to expect that to come on in. So Kirby is going to get up close and personal in the middle on the left-hand side, help out Cadian if anybody gets close. Gade is not actually clearing the box holes here, but they're not going for any pressure or presence at low ramp FaZe. They don't have information across. Oh, Rain's been Molotov back. He's had pressure applied here, but it's been taken off a little bit. I think Nico did a very good job there on top of the 5 train to push back Kyobi. So what Kyobi's aim to do was get flashed out to be able to stand at the back of the team main train to kill Rain, who might have to fall out of Pop Dog. But Nico pushed forward and completely removed that by putting him down to 33 points of health. He couldn't wait, he couldn't stand, and then Gade still continued through the plan. He gets taken out. So that's a nice little micro, I guess, move that you saw come out from North that was stifled by some good team play and some good awareness there of Nico.
All the just waiting the time in his favor. A lot of B hits, so this time something slightly different. And now for something completely different. Hazy's got the opener. Nico goes down. Smoke off. Covers out the Pop Dog position, but that's not exactly clear. That could work in the favor of the CTs if Rain emerges at the right time. Speaking of emergence, Kirby didn't realize that the bomb is in the corner, and he pushes back through as they go searching, catches them off nearly a third. Volda, he's got the kill in return, but now Rain's found by AZ, who stays alive in a 1 versus 2. Bomb is planted and planted for him. Fragile spot to play and not a lot of movement at the E-box. 2 kills already. And he's been spotted. The gun barrel showed. Adrenaline pulls him out, but AZ hits it. 12 HP. Guardian just barely gets it back.
That's a deep breath kind of moment right there, or maybe just hold your breath. Don't breathe at all as Guardian's going to save them. Trading very well there. AZ doing a great job to hit that shot and make that a dangerous round. If I was North here, I would buy into this situation. I'd do that inside play, which we've seen them work with earlier. Why the hell not? It worked before. You still have a buffer of rounds to work with at this point in time. Do it before it's too late. Don't allow it to come down to the last round of the game and then try and pull that one out of your back pocket, because if FaZe Clan aren't ready for that, then they definitely haven't been paying attention to the previous rounds that they were able to scrap together on the board. Everybody fragging relatively evenly on the side of FaZe Clan. The top fragger on 17, the bottom on 15, so there's not too much disparity there. Over on the side of North, can be a little bit more. AZ and Volda are both on 22 kills, whereas you do have Kirby sitting down there on 10, but they've been in the lead for a long time, so it doesn't really matter who's getting the kills up until this point. It's just about who gets the kills to close the game. Alrighty, well, freeze time now ticking on down. They've spoken through their options. They've decided what they wanted to do, and I can see the buy up on my screen. North are going with just another pistol upgrade. Utility aplenty. This could be one of those rounds where it is a set piece towards the inner or outer sides, and those CZ75s can get very up close and close and take some audacious, aggressive duels. So the pop flash towards low ramp will come in. And it does look like it is going to be an attack on a Trent's position once more. A lot of pressure applied to the, I don't know if he's a stand-in anymore, but at least the temporary player as far as the news sources are concerned for FaZe. They're setting up right now, and Rain will be in rotation from connector. Guardian's already there, but they have to hit these shots. They can't let them push up too close with the CZs.
Timing on that Molotov goes past the smoke, but AZ goes past it before it had landed, so he might surprise Guardian. He has, and he's so swift when he has information. His ears are keen. So too is Gade, but he's in a 1-on-5, so let's just wait and see what happens.
Oh, he's even got the gun.
All right, Gade. That's a ladder, son. It doesn't always work out that way. I appreciate the efforts. 15 to 12. This is going to be quite grim and a bit concerning. 4 now in a row. 3 of them were defuses. That's how close they were.
And it shows you how effective North are being even when they only have pistols. There, they went for the aggressive play to lock out their rotations through connector. Didn't really work in their favor. You can see here that Adren played this oil tanker position knowing that that was the goal of them. Guardian as well playing relatively passive towards high ramp. The awareness was on point, knowing that they did want to swarm them. Just makes it more difficult when your players rotating through, but FaZe were able to survive. The bomb's been left in T-spawn this time round from North, so they do want to get outside for the information play with Kirby just pushed on out. Maybe flashes and nades from his teammates could come on over so he can continue to go forward, or the AWP of Cadian, even if it just makes a bit of a noise, even if it makes a shot, doesn't necessarily need to land, but it might scare players away from looking to where Kirby's holding for enough time for him to push. But he can hear Rain towards the back of the 5 train, so that's information that has been afforded for free at this point. Normally when you have a player postured this far forward, it does feel like it will be an outside hit. Volder being very patient, and Olaf as well over towards Ivy, but I feel Olaf might push before that of Volder, which could be the duel that decides this round.
So Rain.
They had no idea they walked out so far.
No, they're so passive. Because Rain's backed off. Guardian's already down. Rain, when he tries to retake the site, or reclaim some territory in it, I should say. Little did he know he had to retake it. Gets found by Carey. Volda's got Olaf. This could be the end of it. Just like that. Nice to see some as Volda gets Edren down. Nico versus AZ at least goes in his favor, but he needs 3 more, and they know exactly what. Very small room to play from, and Cadian's got the kill. North have a victory on Train.
What an odd way to finish that game right there. It's just information played by Kyobi being given to the team, and then because they knew that nobody was spotting towards that position, they're just able to walk out, get the better of Guardian caught in transition, and then everybody was caught looking the wrong way. You could see that Olaf was looking the wrong way as Valdez walked through Ivy. Well, North, it was such a bounce back from the way that they started this tournament. It's been win after win after win to get them to this point, and now they're looking hot to trot as they picked up their map choice. There's only 1 to go of Dust 2. So at this point, there's no reason that North can't take this series.
No, there's absolutely not. I don't actually think that's impossible. I think North's in a great position. As I say, we've kind of got 2 teams crossing right now.
The intersect.
Is that what it's called?
Someone tweeted at me.
Okay, I didn't. What, didn't tweet at me.
Yeah.
Like, what am I, a chopped liver? Like, I was the one that asked the freaking question, guy.
Sorry, dude.
It's all right. Thank you. Thank you for tweeting us. Yeah, it's one of those things where I think that North's maybe not on that level yet consistently, but they're getting there. They are improving, and FaZe is kind of wavering right now. So yeah, I think they could take this again. Playoff spot on the line between the 2.
Yeah, and we have the desk coming up next. We're going to break down that map and take a look at the next of Dust 2. So see you guys after that.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro. I'll take that. Yes. Hells yes. Oh, armed and dangerous. Oh, hell yes.
Hellcase. Big update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.